everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. So glad you're joining us today because, well, we're diving into something that literally has the power to completely rewrite your financial future. Look, if you've got a job with benefits, there's a very good chance you've seen the letters 401k floating around somewhere, maybe on your pay stub or buried in that giant stack of HR paperwork. But what is it actually? And the real million-dollar question, do you really need to be trying to max it out every single year? Well, today, we're deciphering this blueprint together. We are tossing out all the confusing Wall Street jargon, keeping things super simple, and giving you exactly the facts you need to maximize your wealth. By the time we wrap up, you're going to know exactly how to tailor this incredible tool to your real everyday life.
Okay, before we get into the heavy-hitting tactics, let's just ground ourselves for a second. At its absolute core, a 401k is just an employer-sponsored retirement savings account. But what makes it so incredibly brilliant is the automation factor. It lets you automatically slice off a piece of your paycheck and invest it for the future before you even have a chance to spend it. Think of it as the ultimate set-it-and-forget-it foundation. It really is the bedrock of your personal financial arsenal.
So here is our roadmap for today. 1. Demystifying the 401k. 2. Traditional versus Roth options. 3. The 2026 limits and catch-ups. 4. Prioritizing your financial goals. And 5. To max or not. All right, jumping into part 1. Demystifying the 401k and how the magic actually happens.
The sheer power of this account really just boils down to two magic ingredients. We're talking compound interest and employer matching. Compounding is a lot like pushing a snowball down a long hill. It allows your initial investments, plus their returns, to just build and build on themselves over time. But that second ingredient, that is where the immediate thrill is. Employer matching is quite literally free money. Actually, let me repeat that. It is free money. A lot of companies will match 50% or even a full 100% of what you put in, usually up to about 6% of your salary. Basically, if you aren't participating in this, you are just handing part of your paycheck right back to your boss.
Moving right along to part 2, traditional versus Roth options and choosing your tax strategy. Okay, let's dive into this, because it's a big one. When you actually sit down to set up your account, you're usually staring at a fork in the road. On one side, the traditional 401k. With this one, you contribute pre-tax dollars. The massive win here is that it lowers your taxable income right now, today. Your money then grows tax-deferred, and you only pay taxes decades down the line when you actually pull the money out in retirement. Now, flip the coin, and you've got the Roth 401k, which works in total reverse. You're putting in after-tax dollars, meaning, yep, zero upfront tax break today. But the trade-off, oh man, it's amazing. Every single ounce of your growth and all of those qualified withdrawals in retirement are completely tax-free. You're basically paying the taxman upfront so you never, ever have to deal with him again. Oh, and a super cool pro tip from our source data, a lot of plans actually let you split your money between both. It's the ultimate tax diversification trick. Which brings us to part 3, the 2026 limits and catch-ups, unlocking the full potential. So for the year 2026, the absolute maximum base limit you can contribute from your own pocket is $24,500. I mean, just let that number sink in for a second. That is a staggering amount of wealth building capacity that you are legally allowed to shelter and invest every single year. Now, what's really fascinating here is how the rules shift as you age. If you're under 50, like we just said, your max is $24,500. But if you're between 50 and 59, the government lets you throw in an $8,000 catch-up contribution. That brings your grand total to $32,500. And wait, it gets crazier. If you hit that 60 to 63 age bracket, you unlock a super catch-up of $11,250. Seriously, that means you can shelter a total maximum of $35,750 in a single year to just totally sprint toward that retirement finish line. To put all of that into perspective, this is exactly why the 401k should be the primary shield in your wealth building strategy. When you compare that $24,500 capacity to a standard individual retirement account, an IRA, it is literally night and day. A standard IRA caps out at just $7,500. The 401k just gives you so much more room to run. Plus, as an added bonus, some plans even let you take out loans against your balance in strict emergencies, making it a surprisingly versatile tool to have in your back pocket. All right, part 4, prioritizing your financial goals. Let's map out your step-by-step battle strategy. Okay, let's completely remove the guesswork right now. Step 1, get the full employer match. Listen to me on this one. This step is absolutely non-negotiable. Like we talked about, it's free money, and we do not leave free money on the table, ever. Got it? Great. Once you've checked that box, you move to step 2, building up a solid 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Then, step 3, attacking high-interest debt.
We're talking credit cards sitting over that 7 to 8% interest mark. Wipe those out. Step 4, maxing out a health savings account, or HSA, if you've got access to one. And finally, only after you've conquered those first 4 steps do you unlock step 5, maxing out, or at least getting as close to maxing out as you can, the rest of your 401k.
Now look, if you're staring at step 5 and that gigantic $24,500 limit just feels completely impossible right now, please do not stress yourself out. Take a deep breath. You don't have to be perfect from day one. Instead, just aim for a solid baseline goal. Try to carve out 10 to 15% of your total income for retirement savings. Even if you aren't hitting that absolute maximum cap, every single dollar you squeeze into that 15% slice is a massive win because compound time is in the background doing all the really heavy lifting for you.
And that brings us to our final section, part 5, to max or not, tailoring the strategy to your specific situation. Because honestly, there is a lot of nuance here. There are absolutely times when hitting that max limit is the undisputed right move. It makes total sense if you're in a higher tax bracket right now and you really need to lower your taxable income today using that traditional option. It also makes sense if you can afford the paycheck hit without constantly stressing over your day-to-day bills. And obviously, if your dream is to retire significantly earlier or just a lot more comfortably than the average person, maxing this thing out is basically your fast pass ticket to get there. But on the flip side, it is so crucial to know when to hold back. It is perfectly fine, in fact, it's highly recommended, that you do not max out your 401k yet if you fall into these next categories. If you're currently battling expensive credit card debt, or you have literally zero emergency savings buffer, or you just desperately need cash on hand for an immediate short-term goal, hold off on the aggressive maxing. Seriously, just stick to step 1, getting that sweet employer match, and direct the rest of your resources to securing your present-day financial safety. You've got to build the foundation first. As we start to wrap up, I want to leave you with this really great summary quote straight from our source material today. It says, "Your 401k is one of the most powerful wealth-building tools available. Don't leave free money on the table." And honestly, that's the entire core philosophy in a nutshell. You just need to start wherever you happen to be today. Increase your contributions just a tiny bit every single time you get a raise, and just let time do what it does best. Which leads me to one final, slightly provocative question for you. Are you getting the full employer match right now? No, seriously, do you know for an absolute fact? Here is my challenge to you today. As soon as this explainer finishes, go log into your benefits portal, pull up the paperwork, do whatever you have to do to check your percentage right now. Make absolutely 100% sure you are not losing out on free money. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today to build out your financial blueprint. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I will see you in the next explainer.